Hello everyone out there on the internet. Once again, this is Frank.
And this is Leonard.
This is the Whisky Anonymous video channel podcast, and whatever you want to call it. Once again, we have a special guest. Yes, you are special, Mr. Donald Colville.
Thank you, it's good to be back.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, so he is the global brand ambassador, one of them, for Diageo. And if you watched our video earlier, this guy, he does 28 plus 1 distilleries he helps represent, which is amazing. The amount of information that has to be going through your head just about whiskey alone is probably enough to fill up a lifetime.
It keeps me occupied, it keeps me out of trouble, it keeps me busy, but no, this isn't a job to me, it's a way of life. I've grown up in the whiskey industry, so
yeah.
I couldn't do anything else other than this wonderful job, so I'm very lucky.
Nice. Now, you said you grew up in the industry.
Yeah.
How did you actually, after graduating or whatever, how did you actually get started?
So, from my perspective, the reason I do this job is because I kind of I like to think I'm following the footsteps of my great-grandfather.
Okay.
He used to own and operate distilleries in my hometown of Campbelltown. It was always a bit of an inspiration I always grew up hearing stories, inspiring stories of him. Sadly, those distilleries are no longer there, but they left me with a longing to work in the industry. So it was easy for me to eventually find my way in. But I started at Springback down in my hometown of Campbelltown.
Oh.
So I was there for nearly 5 years. I met my now wife when I was down there, working in the industry as well. And she couldn't move to Campbelltown, so I unfortunately had to leave Springback and moved up to Burn Stewart Distillers. So wonderful company with some brilliant brands, most notably for me, Lagavulin. And then from there, I was lucky enough to join Diageo, and I've been here for 10 years now. So I've done marketing roles, I've done commercial roles, but my passion's always been around the kind of PR, media, and brand education. So working in the brand ambassador role was a huge honour for me.
Wow. We off camera we were talking about this slightly. Could you tell our audience out there how much you're kind of traveling, average? How long have you been in the role of brand ambassador? How long?
So in theory, in terms of either doing a role that's kind of brand ambassadorial focused, whether it be commercial or kind of properly ambassadorial, I've probably been doing this for about 17 years. And in that time, I am just coming up tomorrow, when I leave here tomorrow, I'm coming up to my 75th country.
Wow.
75 countries.
You're probably on the road at least a quarter of the year, at least, right?
Yeah, it's busy. It's busy.
Yeah.
Me and the other guys I work with, we're on the road a lot. We're spending a lot of time travelling, but it's worth it because we're bringing this incredible Scotch to the world. Because I think for me is I'm very lucky. I get to spread the word of Scotch, but that word is already out there. People love Scotch whisky. Yeah. It truly is the world's favourite whisky because if you look at it from a purely numbers perspective, 95% of what we produce in Scotland is exported to over 180 markets around the world that we know of. And every single bar you walk into, every single one around the world, the one thing you're going to find on the shelf is a bottle of Scotch.
It's true.
And that to me says a lot about this wonderful whiskey we make.
No, it's great. Now,
yes.
Before we talk about anything else, I know Leonard's full of information.
No.
For the people that love whiskey of all kinds, doesn't matter, but they don't have the pedigree that you do. How would you recommend they get started in the industry? Because it's a tough thing.
Yeah. So the industry is. You're right. It's incredibly tough to get into. You look at some of the people who. It's a huge industry. It's also not really a big industry in some ways. So it's actually hard to get into the role. So if the aspiration is to end up as a global ambassador, I would suggest. I always say to people, first and foremost, people often ask, what do I look for if I was employing somebody? There's certain things I always think about is that I don't necessarily need somebody to have a huge amount of whisky knowledge.
Okay.
That can be trained.
Yeah.
What can't be trained is having the right personality and skill set to feel comfortable presenting in front of one person or 1 million people. You could be on live TV in one country, or you could be one-to-one with a local bartender in another. So it's about being able to understand and flex that, and have that as a skill set that you know you've got. And also, you can't train somebody to be a nice person. This role is all about being customer-facing, media-facing, consumer-facing. So actually, being a nice person and somebody who enjoys company with other people is a big, big thing. So they're kind of some of the skill sets you look for, but somebody who's willing to learn is a big thing. So that's the kind of skills you look for. But in terms of getting into the industry, regional, local roles and local teams, 10 tastings run by brand ambassadors, work with good retailers to understand when they're doing tastings, get to know people, get to a point where you can actually conduct and hold tastings yourself, potentially understand the writings and reading what people are writing and reading about the brands. Just be a sponge as much as you can. There's always a fine line between being a sponge and being a pain in the ass. As long as you're flirting between the two, you're absolutely fine. But getting to a point that you are constantly learning, constantly building your skill sets and getting yourself known. That's the big ways to get into the kind of BA role from a standing start. You don't have to be a bartender, you don't have to be working in a retail outlet. It's just about finding the right ends.
No,
That's really good advice.
That's really good advice, honestly. You know, because it's one of those things, just after college, I remember, who's hiring? Diageo, that'd be an interesting company to work for.
Yep.
Of course, being in the US is a little more difficult, but it's okay.
Yep.
So yeah, well, I mean that kills both of our dreams. I'm not nice and you're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well.
The thing is, together you're something special.
You
balance each other out on here.
That's a stack. Sorry, don't crack up this much. Oh, that's great. Any other things you want to ask before we get involved?
No, I want to delve into this one
Yeah.
because this is a very special treat just because we're going to be talking about Lagavulin from a person that knows it intimately.
Yeah.
Not just as a job, but actually from Campbelltown, just a stone's throw away. He's used to it. He grew up around the distillery technically.
Yep.
So it's not just what you've learned as an employee of Diageo, but what you've known beforehand as well.
So, obviously, I think what most people are used to is the Lagavulin 60. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, right, of course.
That's the mainstream what you can find at almost any store that has it, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is a Lagavulin 12. Can you let us know what the difference is, besides age?
Yeah, of course.
Lagavulin 12 and Lagavulin 60.
Of course. So, firstly, what I will say is I've got such a soft spot and passion for Lagavulin. So, if anybody out there doesn't like it, I don't care. I love this. But joking aside, the Lagavulin 12-year-old is part of our special releases program, a program that we started running in 2001 with the sole purpose to bring some wonderful, wonderful whiskies, some rare, some special, some distilleries that people have never heard of, some very expensive stuff, some very affordable stuff, out to the market and get people to try new things and show off what wonderful whiskies are lying hidden away in our warehouses.
Yeah.
The one thing, there's certain variants that have always come out, and one of them that's pride of place in the special releases program every year is the Lagavulin 12.
Yeah.
It's a mainstay of this, and the reason we do it is to showcase the incredible diversity of the wonderful whiskey they make at Lagavulin. We always do 12. It's always from American oak refill casks. So it's lighter and it's more delicate. You can see with the colour of it. Mm-hmm. It's a much paler colour in comparison to
light champagne.
Yeah, exactly. It's like kind of Pinot Grigio, if you're going to say kind of wine on it. But yes, it's in comparison to its bigger sibling, the 16-year-old, which has got a slight darker hue to it. It's got potentially a small hint of European oak, sherry casks, and a higher percentage of first fill American oak, and it's richer, more viscous. And the reason we do this is because the reason we want it to be American oak refill is because we want the incredible distillery character to shine through, to absolutely come shining through and showcasing exactly what Lagavulin is.
Yeah.
And that's why we always do it at cask strength and always in this style of cask.
So
now, I want to just clarify.
well, real quick, cask strength on this particular bottle is 56.8.
Yes.
So yeah, it is a big boy, as they say.
One question I've received in the past is the 12. The 12 is this completely separate line than from the 16, in the sense that if you age this for 4 more years, could you turn it into a Lagavulin 16 technically on release?
Yeah, no, it's you're right. It's a completely different bottling. It's the cask makeup, the cask ratios
Yeah.
are all different. So in terms of what it is, it's a completely different whiskey. In the same way that the distiller's edition is a completely different whiskey.
Okay.
But,
And the one thing I've noticed online in the various Facebook groups, you know.
well, this could be a dangerous question.
No, actually, it's
Facebook's
not.
a dangerous thing.
Yeah, I know, again, you know, message groups and all that is the cult status of the Lagavulin. It's, you know, when you hear people, they're like, oh, I love the 12 over the 6. It's so much more.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because this is a 12 year.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, it kind of goes opposite land of what you would think is people will talk about, oh, I got this 25 year, this 30 year. There's a cult status on that.
Yeah.
There's a cult status on the 12.
Yeah, because so historically Lagavulin was always bottled as a 12-year-old.
Oh.
It was only so if you go back in the history books and you look up online, you'll see the old bottlings of 12-year-old Lagavulin that were the standard bottlings.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of slightly historical passion for it in that sense. But also because it is a one-off bottling. But for the main reason people really adore this stuff is because it is always bottled at cask strength.
Yeah.
So from the whiskey lovers out there, this real cult followers of Lagavulin, it gives them this affordable, big, powerful Lagavulin to try and play with.
And what is the, just so comparison of ABV, what's the Lagavulin 16 bottled at?
The standard bottlings are 43%.
All right, so there's a big, like 13% more alcohol.
It is indeed.
It should have a punch,
In theory, yes.
in theory.
But the thing with Lagavulin is it's, and I what I'm going to say next, I don't mean at all disrespectfully to the other distilleries in Ireland, and I'm including Kalila, one of my own, in that as well. They are big, powerful, smoky whiskies, but that's their big signature.
Yeah.
Whereas Lagavulin is, in terms of the phenols, the ppm, is almost identical to them, but it's so much more. It's an incredibly complex smoky whiskey that is just such a beautifully rich, like the 16-year-old, for instance, as you guys heard me talking about before. I quite often describe it as being, it's like the best bacon sandwich you've ever had. That lovely farmhouse loaf, toasted, and lovely proper butter, none of that margarine stuff, proper butter. Then the crispy, smoky bacon, cooked to perfection, smothered in tomato sauce.
Wow.
That flavour profile, that smokiness, the maltiness, the fruitiness, the kind of slightly kind of charry edge to the bacon, that lovely, intense creaminess from the butter. All those flavours are there in abundance in the 16. Such an explosion of flavour, and that to me is what separates Lagavulin from everybody else.
Nice.
So as an island, this is my own personal question.
Okay.
And I can't ask anybody who's, except for a person that actually grew up
Okay.
near Ireland.
Okay.
Objectively looking at a map of Ireland, if you do a distillery map of Ireland,
Yep.
the big three that everyone always talks about, one of them being Lagavulin, the other of course being Ardbeg and Lefroy. They're all in that same area, that southeastern part of the island.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why? Is there something special about that part of the island, or is it just happen to be coincidental? Because everything else, like the north, you have Coolila, you have Bunahaven,
Yeah, do you know what?
and
It's a really good question actually. Like the big three are down in that area. They are absolutely the powerhouse of the island. But historically, I don't honestly know why it would be. Like, I suppose the more densely populated part of the island is in the south.
Right.
You've got Pomor, you've got
Yeah.
Ellen, two of the main kind of areas. So I suppose that could maybe explain it. But the reality is, it's not. I don't know.
So
It's a wonderful question.
Yeah, no, I was just
And
wondering,
I
because
think
whenever I think of the, you know, when they're talking about phenols per million, and they talk about heavy peat, they always mention about Lagavulin and Lefroy. I mean, those three always end up in the 35 to 40 ppms. And,
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, it really goes high. I'm significantly higher than Bowmore at least, and for most of the others. Personally, I love Lagavulin the best in a way because of its purity.
Right.
You talk about that bacon sandwich, and
Yeah.
it really concentrates on that peat and smoke aspect.
Yeah.
More so than the others. That's, you know.
It's a softer, sweeter smoke
Yeah.
as well. So it's less aggressive.
And it's the balance as well. And a lot of people don't bring this up is the texture.
Yeah.
You don't have. It's not clean. I'm not going to lie. You know, it's not like you're drinking a very watery whiskey, but it's not like you're drinking you know, like a really oily, heavy.
Well, speaking of what the texture and what the taste should be, I think we should get involved in this
I
one.
think we should.
We're talking about what I'm drinking. And the sweetness.
And it's lighter too.
It's lighter.
But it's punchier.
Yeah, it's kind of nutty as well. So it's slightly what's the word I'm looking for? Not almonds, cashew nuts.
Cashews, yeah.
So slightly cashew nut. And of course, the softness coming from the geographical location as well. Oh, God, that's good.
Nice.
Even I have to remember it's good.
No, this is really wonderful. It contrasts with 16 in many ways. If you're not into peat, it'll be hard to tell because the peat, because on both offerings the peat is there. You're not going to hide it.
Yeah.
But it's not as pronounced as it would be, I think, as a 16.
It's pepperier, but it's not as pronounced.
Yeah.
It's not as aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is ironic with it being cask strength. You think it'd be a bit more punchy, but it's just nice and warming and soft.
I think the biggest difference for me is the finish.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it just keeps.
It just
keeps going,
staying.
yeah.
It's like the person at the end of in a party at the end of the night who just won't go home,
Yeah.
staying around forever and ever.
And this is American oak, right?
All from American oak refill cask, so it's been used a couple of times. So it's imparting flavour very slowly, very delicately, very gently.
Maybe that's where some of that sweetness that's different from the 16, right?
So that's it. Like it's actually naturally quite sweet in a new mixed spirit flavour, but the actual maturation of it in American oak, obviously the main chemicals within American oak, vanilla and lactone, gives you that kind of creamy sweetness.
It's very creamy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love this. This is
It's a
It's
wonderful
got a great
one.
grassy note as well.
Yeah.
That's why it reminds me of because I'm more of a Highlands guy.
Yeah.
I love the Highland. I love the Northern Highland specifically. And I have a little bit of smokiness in that cereal and grass tones, and this reminds me of that.
Yeah,
Really, really well.
I completely agree.
behind the camera. We have Eric, who doesn't get much camera time anymore, but that's what he prefers. Eric, just voice your opinion on this particular.
Well, of course I love it.
Yeah. So
There you go.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Eric is one of our harder people. Was one of our harder people to get to see he likes stuff. When he doesn't like something, he's quite pronounced.
I mean, I love Isla. I mean, from the big three that you said, I'm not gonna say which one I like best,
Yeah.
but I like them all.
Yeah, of course.
Which means it's not Lagavulin because you were saying happily.
Exactly.
But no, it's okay. That's a good thing about our wonderful, wonderful industry. There are so many good distilleries out there, so many good whiskies, and that's again what sets us apart from the rest of the world. There's so many good flavors.
And this is a great tip for you guys out there. I know there's some Isla fiends. There's quite a few. If you've tried one Isla, like let's say you've tried a Lefroy, and you think you've had it all, that they're all the same, they're all peat, or it's all going to be peat and smoke, I highly recommend you try them, as many as you can. We had 2 converts last night at a
Really?
party. Yes, to the degree that they ordered at that bar 2 Ardbegs to compare to what we drink here.
Fantastic.
And they walked home with a couple bottles each. They ordered on the night.
Fantastic. That's
So
good.
it goes to show you, until you taste it, you won't believe the differences.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
are very different, and that's a good thing about them.
I have a 2-parter question. They're both really simple.
Okay.
What is your favorite dram, just on the Scotch side, that you go to? Is like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this on a good after work or whatever.
Okay.
What's your favorite on the Scotch side?
My go-to all the time is Lagavulin Distillers Edition.
Very good.
That's the PX finish, right?
That's a PX secondary sure.
Try that.
So that's just me being a pain in the back.
and you're non-Scotch. So, whiskey, non-Scotch. I know it's
Whiskey
hard.
non-Scotch.
Whiskey, I know it's harder.
Oh, so see, I don't get to kind of experience that much anymore. But the one I've liked recently, which is a brand new one to most people, is not one of the ones everybody's constantly chatting about around the world.
Yeah.
It's Stowning.
Oh, I don't know.
Stowning in Denmark.
Okay.
So Danish whiskey.
Okay.
They're new to the scene. They've been around for maybe 8 years now,
Mm-hmm.
doing wonderful things.
How do you spell that? Just so I can.
Stauning.
Okay.
Definitely worth a look.
Nice. You know, because there's so many whiskeys out there. Whether it be bourbon, whether it be Taiwanese, Japanese.
There are. And the thing is, there's so much conversations happening about them. But
Yeah.
if from again being incredibly loyal to my home country, it's these wonderful conversations are happening, and there's some wonderful whiskies being made out there. But trends come and go.
Yeah.
One thing I say constant throughout all the years is this constant growth of Scotch. It must be for a reason.
Yes, yes. And the Irish whiskeys.
Very sweet.
They're sweet.
They try hard.
They try hard. I love it. I love it. I'm not trying to.
All right, we better move on. Favorite Campbelltown whiskey.
Oh, lovely.
You get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Wait, does Diageo in the future plan to purchase a distillery outside of Scotland?
So the minute we're actually building a new one in Ireland, in Dublin.
Oh, really?
So we're just about to. We've launched a new Irish brand, a blended Irish whiskey called Roe & Co. And we're about to build a distillery down there. So yeah.
When do you think we'll be able to taste some of that whiskey?
Oh, it's a long way off.
Of course.
It's all part of a plan. So it's part of St James's Gate.
Anywhere from 5 to 10 years out,
Quite possible.
something like that. You know, Irish aren't necessarily age-stated whiskeys, so
Who knows?
yeah, who knows?
I certainly don't. So,
What about outside of Europe?
no, nothing at the minute. No plans. I mean, Scotch is our business. We're incredibly proud of our Scotch business. It's the biggest part of our business. So for us, our focus, our sole focus, is to, other than the Guinness St James's Gate project, it's all about our Scotch business and growing it and keeping it constantly being in front of people and talking and building it up to something special.
Great. Wow. Well, anyways, wow, lots of information today. Now I have so much more respect. I always had respect for Diageo, but now so much more. Thank you for being here. This
It's
is
an absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys.
No, it was really, I think, it added a lot of context, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because I've always seen Diageo as Cameron Bridge plus a smattering of single malts. And, it adds a lot of context because it can get overwhelming when you have all your offerings up with that distillery.
Of course, it is.
Overwhelming the rest of the market.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad it's good.
Well, thank you very much once again.
You're very, very welcome.
And everyone out there, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, Flange.